chapter Soil Resources in India. Now, what is the importance of soil? Directly or indirectly, we are all dependent upon the soil for our life. If we have to define soil, it is all the loose material that forms the thin surface of the earth. How it is formed? By the process of denudation and weathering. So, what makes up soil? What is the composition of soil? Inorganic components like silica, clay, chalk, and organic like humus. It is in fact humus which defines the fertility of the soil. The characteristic of the soil, it depends upon whether the soil has the content of sand, clay or loam moor. The mixture of these define the fertility of the soil. Coming now to the topic of soil erosion. What is soil erosion? The removal of the top layer of the soil by the various agents of weathering such as the running water, wind, overgrazing, men, plants and animals, and faulty methods of agriculture. So this is known as the soil erosion because it is the top layer of the soil that is very fertile in nature. Now there are many of the methods by which the soil gets eroded due to running water. That is the splash erosion, when the heavy droplets of the rain or the hailstone, it falls on the surface and the soil is removed from there. Sheet erosion, because of the heavy rainfall, the top layer of the soil gets carried away. Gully or rill erosion. The first of the process is the rill erosion, where small, narrow, long gap in the earth, cracks in the earth, finger-like shape, it takes place. Later on, these extend in the width and take the form of the gully erosion. Example is the Chambal ravine of our country. Soil, it gets eroded by the heavy flow of the wind as well, and due to the overgrazing done by the animals. Men activity like the construction work, plowing, then plants and animals, they also tend to remove the layer of the soil. Faulty methods of the agriculture like the shifting agriculture, the lack of crop rotation, wrong plowing method, all of these factors, they lead the top soil to be eroded away. Soil conservation. It then becomes very important to prevent the soil to be eroded away so that the fertility of the soil is maintained, because it is our most precious resource and it helps in the national economy. As a productive soil, it ensures the more production for the crops and later on for the development of agriculture and industrial sector too. So several methods, they have been adopted by the government to prevent the soil erosion. These are afforestation, construction of the dams, barrages, improved techniques of agriculture, laying a ban on the shifting or jhuming agriculture, and then the to check the overgrazing. The major soil groups of India, it includes the alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and the laterite soil. Let us go to it one by one. First, we have the alluvial soil. Now, alluvial soil is also known by the name of the transported soil, then the XC2 soil, riverine soil. This is the soil that is found largely in our country. Above 40% coverage is of the alluvial soil. So wherever the river basin tracts they are there, alluvial soil it will be found. Now alluvial soil, further it is categorized into the young Khaddar soil and the old Bhangar soil. It is also further categorized into the alluvial soil of the North India, which are pale brown in color, suitable for the wheat crop, and in the south it is found in the coastal strip. It is known by the name of the deltic alluvium and it is more suitable for the rice crop. Now alluvial soil characteristic is that this is the transported type of the soil. This is the work of the river. So these soils, they are coarse in the upper section of the valley, medium in the middle and finest in the delta region. The soil is rich in potash and humus, but it lacks phosphorus and nitrogen. It is highly fertile soil, but when treated to irrigation and manuring, they are then very good for Rabi and Kharif crop. Nearly all the type of the crops, they can grow over here. So areas, they include both north and south, wherever the river basins they are flowing. Into the states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh in the north, and south we have parts of Odisha and some other regions. Next we have black soil. Now black soil, they are also known by the name of the in situ soil, the kind of the soil where it is formed, only there it is found. So this is what in situ soil is, and it is also known by the name of regura, then the black cotton soil. The characteristic features of the black soil, it includes that it retains moisture, so it becomes sticky when it is wet. So the farmers of Maharashtra region, especially before the onset of the monsoons, they have to plow, they have to till their land. Otherwise, the whole land it get clayey and nothing can be grown over there. So it is very plowing or tilling of the land is very important. The color of the black soil, it varies from black chestnut to brown or medium of red or black. Now they are also formed from the black crystalline schist or the basic gneiss rock type. They do not contain gravel or sand, but they contain lime, iron, potash, magnesium. But they are highly deficient in phosphate, nitrogen, and humus. The soil is highly fertile and is retentive of the moisture. So, important cash crops like cotton, rice, then sugarcane, tobacco, they are grown over here. Now, areas and states where they are grown, like the sedentary soil, they are the sedentary soil. They are not transported to the longer distance. So it is found into their region of origin only. Deccan Trap region, then states of Maharashtra, Gujarat. That is where the soil type is found. Next we have the red soil. The red soils, they are formed due to the weathering of the ancient crystalline and the metamorphic rock. The parent rock, they are granites and gneisses. Now the color of the red soil is red because of the presence of high iron oxide content in it. Now these soil, they are highly infertile in nature because they are highly porous and highly friable in nature. So they lack in lime, magnesia, phosphate, nitrogen and humus, but they are rich in potash. And with proper treatment of fertilizers and irrigation, the soil can produce certain number of the crops like wheat, rice, cotton, sugarcane, pulses, tobacco, oilseeds can grow over here. They are found in the region of northeast India and in south into the states of Karnataka, Goa, Tamil Nadu and parts of Chota Nagpur plateau region. Then we have the laterite soil. The word laterite itself, it means brick. Earlier the soil, it was not used for the cultivation purpose. It is highly infertile soil. But the major characteristic of the soil is that when it is mixed with moisture and exposed to the air, then it tends to thicken like a brick only. Now this soil type, it is very common in the monsoon region and it is formed because of the high under the conditions of the high temperature and heavy rainfall with alternate wet and the dry periods. So this is the basically monsoon type of the soil where the leaching of the soil gets promoted because the heavy rainfall washes away the top layer of the soil. The color is red because of the presence of the iron oxide, but it is highly coarser, harder in nature, friable and porous in nature. These are very rich in iron but poor in lime, magnesium, phosphoric acid and potash. The soil is highly infertile because of the excessive leaching, but they respond to manuring and irrigation. Crops like tea, coffee, rubber, coconut, tobacco, they grow over here. Now these soils, they are found in the highland area of the Peninsula Plateau and they are found in the state of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra and parts of Maharashtra, Kerala, Bihar, Odisha and Jharkhand. So this is where we finish up the chapter.